So, accountability. I've been doing some thinking. And I said at the very beginning that I would do what I have to do to make sure I bring our people together. So first things first, what I'm going to say is that I apologize from the bottom of my heart for voting for Trump, for voting for everything that ended up happening. I still to this day feel sick to my stomach looking back at the person that I was. And there's no excuse for it, no matter if I was manipulated or whatever you want to call it, in a cult. I should have had a stronger mind. And I allowed that to be penetrated. So for that, I apologize. Anybody who suffered at the hands of the government, you have my heartfelt sincerity. It literally makes me sick to my stomach still to this day to know that I was a part of any single person having to suffer. And as I'm told every single day in comments, that words are shallow and the words have empty meaning without accountability. So I thought that coming out and using words as accountability wasn't going to be it. So instead I figured I would make a video to take accountability, and I would leave my story up for accountability so people can see the growth, so people can see that it's possible. So I don't really know what I'm supposed to do at this point, because if the words are shallow and not going to be accepted anyways, and I hope they are, I hope my sincere apology is accepted, but if it's not, I understand and I get that, and I'll still continue to fight to get you on our team, to get you in the unification, because like I said, I'm never going to give up. I will give my life for this revolution. But if me not being here and putting my face out there for the world to see that I'm denouncing everything that they are standing for and willing to put my life on the line, standing side by side with you in this battle, isn't enough to take accountability, then I'm not really sure what is. I'm not sure words are going to be enough for you to be able to heal from this. So at some point you have to come to realization and tell yourself, are you ready to look past everything that's happened and realize that to get to a better tomorrow, we have to start understanding and we have to start forgiving. There is no excuse for any of the suffering that's happened in this country, and I've not once ever said there was. I have denounced the entire organization, the entire establishment, not just Trump, not just Bibi, but the entire establishment. But for anybody in the marginalized community, I understand there's trust issues, and I understand that it's going to take a bit to get you to understand that you're 100% equal in this movement. But it can't be equal without you involved in the conversation and without you involved in the unity. So please, speak up. We can have these messages and we can have these talks. I just ask that people have civil conversations and don't come guns a-blazing and doing a bunch of demanding. A lot of people on both sides have suffered. And again, I'm not saying anybody has suffered worse than anybody. There is a lot of people that have had some pretty bad suffering and took the worst beating out of this whole thing. And they will be recognized because they will be one of the top representatives in this entire movement to make sure that they are covered. So that way they don't feel left out. We are all equals in this. And I'll never let that be any different. If you want to have a conversation, my messages are always open. Or we can do it in the comments. But if you're going to fight and you're going to argue and you're going to have divisive language, I'm not going to engage in that. That stands completely against what we're for. If we want to have the conversations, that's fine. But we have to do it civilly and with respect, or this is never going to heal. So for everybody that's endured any kind of suffering, I put that on my back. I put that on my shoulders. Let me speak for everybody. Let me take all this from everybody. I will put it on my back. I love all of our people in this country. Everybody. Nobody's out. And if I have to go down the whole list to make sure that you hear me, then I'll do just that. If you are white, if you are black, if you are Mexican, Latino, if you are Muslim, if you are gay, if you are straight, if you are trans, if you are from the Middle East, you are all included. Every single one of you are welcome here. And we love you all. And we know you guys have taken a lot of punishment. We cannot change the past. But we can make a much better future if you just give us all a chance. We can't fix this without a chance. So from the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry for my contributions to what has happened in this country. And from the bottom of my heart, I'm begging you for your forgiveness. And to help me help healing this country. God bless and much love.
Accountability. That's usually a tough one for all of us, including myself. Please forgive my hair. I look like shit today. I feel like shit today, so I apologize for that. I didn't intend on making any videos today because of how burned out I am. Doing a lot. Let's get the glasses off. Doing a lot of work. And it hit me today pretty hard, the burnout. But I had a great talk with my boss, and so things will be a little better regarding the workload that I put onto myself, really. So that's beside the point. Accountability. I've said some really shitty things about the other side, MAGA, especially MAGA. I have a hard time taking what I said back because the behavior of MAGA has honestly been extremely dangerous and very scary. The way they think, the way they talk to people, you can almost hear the fear when they're commenting, texting. You'd almost hear the fear that they're feeling, which is why they're reacting the way they are. And when they say things about the community of people that I am working on advocating for, that I have been an activist for, like the LGBTQIA community and immigrants. It's been hard to really hold myself accountable for the things that I said about them, calling them MAGA Nazis, calling them MAGA Nazi trash, all of that shit, because of the stuff that they said, the stuff that they've done, the propaganda that they spread, the propaganda that they believe, that has hurt the community of people that I love very much. And it's been difficult to hold myself accountable. So the only thing I'm going to hold myself accountable for in this, and this I really mean in my soul of souls, is wishing horrible karma on all of you. I shouldn't be wishing that shit. I really shouldn't be wishing that shit on them, on their kids, on generations of their children. I went a little cray-cray about that. Came from a place of anger and a place of fear, just like MAGA has fear when they say shit like that. Or visceral shit, you know. And, you know, for over a year and a half on a troll account that I made, I have been nothing but hateful towards them. And it just started to eat up inside. And you want to know something? It really was the death of Charlie Kirk that woke me up about this. Not because of the other people. I don't, you know, it was because I realized what that death really was. And I realized that all of that hate that I had inside me towards MAGA is no different than the hate they had towards me. Or towards the communities of people they are okay on dehumanizing. And honestly, calling them MAGA Nazis does dehumanize them. But, well, there is no but. And the fact of the matter is, I should not be wishing bad karma on these people, or anyone, really. And I will hold myself accountable for that. I have stood for fighting for humanity, fighting for the little person, fighting for communities of people who have been affected by white supremacy since I was a teenager. I mean, from the very beginning, they taught me in elementary school that we can't let this kind of thing hurt our community. And that really stuck with me. I took it to heart. And I know that a lot of MAGA also had classes like that as children. I'm sure they were taught about the Holocaust. I am sure that they were taught about how inhumanity happened and how they normalized the inhumanity. And I'm sure as children, when they learned about this, they felt, oh my God, that was awful. How could someone do that? Something happened along the way. All I'm saying is, I'm holding myself accountable, and I am sorry for wishing horrible karma on all of you. That wasn't right. That I will say. However, it's going to take me a little while to trust a lot of people in regards to MAGA. And being part of the Purple Revolution is about trust as well. Because people who are leaving the MAGA cult are joining this Purple Revolution. And when we look at each other, we're not looking at parties. We're not looking at left versus right or anything like that. We're actually looking at each other as togetherness. We're looking at each other as a unified, as a united front. Because we can see what this country has been doing, what the government has been doing, what the elites and the billionaires have been doing to all of us. This country is on fire and nobody's putting it out. Because the longer it's on fire, the more the elites and the billionaires have money to make, you know? Wishing bad karma on a group of people, on a cult, isn't going to change that. Okay? So I was wrong in that. Anyway, I would say check out Robert Murphy, or the Cult College, if you will. and listen to them. They, he has a really good point in regards to for the people, where it's all of us. It doesn't matter. It's all of us. And as long as we continue to have this left versus right shit, we're going to continue to have this kind of thing happen. And we won't get what we want out of this, not even MAGA. Remember when I kept saying we are the contestants in a sick version of Squid Game in this country? We are. But you see, contestants are many. And if we fight together, we will get the government. We will be able to just do what we have to do to come after them, knock it down, and build it from the ground up the way we need to do it. Anyway, have a good night, everyone.